What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today, I wanted to talk about the new V-Union trademark that Pokemon Japan filed for the Pokemon TCG. Typically, when a company files a trademark, it's public knowledge, and we recently discussed the trademark for V-Star. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that out. But today we're talking about V-Union. Before we start discussing this, though, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes, and be sure to use code CELIO for 5% off. So PokeBeach had this news story for a new trademark called V-Union that has been filed by Pokemon. It's under the same terms as all of their recent TCG applications, meaning it's either an upcoming TCG set or mechanic. I am going to say, without a doubt, this is not a set. Especially since it has the dash in it, which we've seen in plenty of mechanics like EX and GX and Tag Team GX in the past. This is a mechanic 100%. Notably, it does not have a dash. It does have a dash, which notably VMAX and V-Star did not have. But I think that's because they wanted VMAX to kind of like be one word. Similar to Gigantamax and Dynamax, so VMAX doesn't have that dash. But yeah, so V-Union. PokeBeach wrote, however, unlike most of Pokemon's trademark applications, this one includes a logo. We've seen this very few times in the past. The only example I can remember is the fairy type. The application trademarked both fairy and included the exact type symbol that was used on the cards. The style of the font is also the same used on cards for Pokemon V and Pokemon V Max. So, I will say the only thing that's keeping me from, let me change that, 99% I think this is a mechanic. The only thing that's keeping me from saying definitely 100% a mechanic is this has kind of like an outline around it and that gray in the background, whereas this has where the V and the V Maxes have no outline, but you can see the V looks much different on V and V Max than it does on V Union. Let me go back to trademark for V Star real quick since they do have a link. This one did not come with a logo. Okay. V Star did not come with a logo. But yeah, I'm pretty sure since it came with a logo and it has that dash that this is a mechanic and not a set. And this could also be like an in the works logo. It doesn't have to be the final product. That could just be why the V looks different than the other Vs do. So there are a few things that people are theorizing V-Union means. Of course, Union is scary because we have tag teams, which the majority of people do not like because they're big basics that get slapped on the board. They've completely warped the standard format of Pokemon to just be faster and, you know, award 3 prizes, do more damage, have more HP. Tag teams are very bad, probably the worst thing Creatures has ever done to the Pokemon trading card game. So V-Union is a bit scary because it's like, oh no, what if this is tag team all over again, but this time with V Pokemon? That does sound scary. I don't want more 3 prize Pokemon cards. If anybody does, let me know. I would love to hear your opinion, but 3 prize Pokemon cards just sounds like it just breaks the integrity of the Pokemon trading card game, in my opinion, because when you have a game that you have it set, okay, you have to do this thing 6 times to win, and then double prizers made it so, okay, potentially you only have to do it 3 times to win, and now tag teams made it, okay, you only have to do this 2 times to win. It breaks the integrity of the game for me. And also tag teams, I just think were lazy design. So I'm hoping V-Union is not like that. I think it's very, very possible V-Union has to do with the Pokemon Calyrex from the Crown Tundra DLC of the Sword and Shield video game. So if you have not played the DLC and you don't want spoilers, stop watching the video at this point, because I will be talking about the legendaries from the Pokemon video game Sword and Shield Crown Tundra DLC, which I actually haven't played yet. So what I'm about to look at on Bulbapedia is also news to me. I hope to play it over winter break, the DLC, or, you know, my winter break when classes end. So Calyrex is this Pokemon. It looks like a deer thing with a big flower bulb on its head. So yeah, that's Calyrex. And it has 2 additional forms that are considered fusions in the game. So yeah, 2 other forms, and they are fusions. It has one where it rides on the ice horse, and this is ice Calyrex, and then it has one where it rides on the ghost horse, and this is ghost Calyrex. Now those are forms of Calyrex and not forms of Spectre and Glacier, I think. So yeah, they consider them fusion in the game, and they're also considered forms, I guess. I'm not really sure the difference between fusion or a form, but we'll say that they fuse. So these are fusions in the game. So Calyrex is the main Pokemon, and then if you have Glastrier, I think it's called Glastrier or Spectrier. Like I said, I haven't played the DLC. Yeah, you can become Ice Rider Calyrex or Shadow Rider Calyrex. Now, I think it makes incredible sense to assume that V Union will be a card that makes Ice Rider Calyrex and Shadow Rider Calyrex. It could even be, like, not actually... it could be, like, a thing that you have to do to play this card. So I've actually never played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I know bits and pieces of it, and I'm aware of fusion being a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, so where you have to like play multiple cards to bring out a card from the side deck, and that makes the fusion monster or whatever. It could be something like that. Now so to go over a few things that this could be, what I hope it is most like would be legend cards from the Heart Gold Soul Silver series. This was when Pokemon tried tag teams the first time and did it right. Not all legends were tag teams. Lugia was itself. Oh, okay. Lugia was... I don't know what that was about. Lugia was just by itself, Lugia Legend, and Ho-Oh was by itself, just Ho-Oh Legend. Excuse me. So let's look at Raikou Suicune Legend. This is just the bottom half, but it has the important stuff on it. Put this card from your hand onto your bench only with the other half of Raikou Suicune Legend. So this has to be played, both of them at the same time. It's a 2 prize Pokemon. So this was around the time of Prime Pokemon, which were the new rarity, kind of like Amazing Rares. They didn't actually do anything special, but they were a different rarity and special art and stuff, and they were only single prize Pokemon. And then they also made the Legend pieces, which were 2 prize Pokemon, which made perfect sense because they were literally 2 cards to make the Pokemon. So yeah, from there on, it's 1 card with 1 HP, attacks, dual typing, which is cool, dual weakness, which is cool, and it rewards 2 prize cards. So I think that's super, super possible for what this new V Union could be like. We have seen creatures bringing back old mechanics a ton, and just old cards a ton. So just to go over some of them, I want to in the near future make a video going over like all of this in detail, but they made a spiritual reprint of Shaman EX with Crobat V. They made a spiritual reprint of Skyfield and Mega Rayquaza EX with Eternatus VMAX. They kind of made a spiritual reprint or remake of Mega Pokemon in general with the VMAXs. Of course, GX is a spin on EX, but then they made the GX attacks. V is also a spin on EXs. It's just 2 prize Pokemon with no new mechanic again. The V Star might be a remake of Star Pokemon. They remade Professor Juniper and Professor Sycamore as Professor's Research. They made Lysander as Boss's Orders. They remade Night March as Mad Party. So we're seeing them do this kind of stuff a lot. We're using old mechanics in a very short amount of time with these newer cards. So I think V Union, it's in the realm of possibility that they bring back legend pieces. Unfortunately, it's also in the realm of possibility that they make these 3 prize tag teams. So they could make a card that is V Union, and it's called like Calyrex / Glastrier, or it's called Ice Rider Calyrex, and it's a 3 prize card with massive HP. It's a basic Pokemon. They could make that a 3 prize card, but what if they made it so you had to have Calyrex on the board? So let's say you have Calyrex V and you have Glastrier V on the board. To play Ice Rider Calyrex, you had to have both of those onto the board. They both go under the card, and then you evolve it onto both at the same time. And that's a V-Union card. That could be cool, especially if they just made it slightly stronger than V Pokemon and kept it at 2 prize cards. I'm really, really against 3 prize cards. So then Shadow Rider Calyrex would be, you know, you have to have Calyrex and Spectre on the board, and then you can combine them into like a stack and then play the V-Union card on top, something like that. Or V-Union card could just be, like I said, an individual card, a singular card that just is like a tag team and it has no interaction with multiple cards. So I think these are all possibilities. Let me know what you think about V-Union in the comments down below. I really would be surprised if this is not a mechanic. If this is a set or something, I'd be incredibly shocked. With V-Union being announced, V-Star honestly looks a tiny bit more like it could be a Japanese set to me. Just because they're coming out with V-Star, with V-Union, with the Rapid Strike, Single Strike. We still don't know what that's doing. So there's a lot of mechanics coming out this year of Pokemon, and hopefully we'll be getting news about Rapid Strike, Single Strike stuff really soon, because I believe Japan gets that in early January, that set with the Urshifus, and we haven't seen any of it yet. We just know that Urshifu is in it, we know that Blaziken V is in it, and we know that Rapid Strike and Single Strike cards, whatever that may be, are in that set. So I'm expecting literally like any week now. I'd be very surprised if we don't know anything about the Urshifu set before Christmas. So hopefully we'll be getting all of this information sooner than later. I'm really excited to see what they're doing with this, but my expectations are low because I've been very disappointed in the past like year and a half by the card design with the whole 3 prize thing. The 3 prizers have just really watered down the game for me. And like I said, I think tag teams were just such a lazy design and the worst thing that Creatures Incorporated has ever done. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about V-Union, if it's a set or a mechanic, what the cards might do, if you agree with any of my ideas, or if you have any ideas of your own, I'd love to hear about it. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for daily Pokemon TCG content, leave a like and comment like I mentioned, and also check out PotownStore.com. They are the best place for PTCGO codes if you need any type of code for the Pokemon TCG online. And please use code Celio over there for 5% off of your order. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.